Hello everyone and welcome to a RetroRedHead quick in-car update. We have got some very exciting things that are going to be happening in 2019 with the channel, and moving forward from January we have got some big planning to do. So what we're going to be expecting this year? Well, as I've teased on the Facebook page very recently, we're going to be looking at a very dear franchise to my heart, which is Metal Gear Solid, and the whole Metal Gear franchise in general. That's what we're going to be looking at first of all. That's going to be going into production very shortly, in the next couple of weeks hopefully. We're going to be taking a look at all the Metal Gear games, from Metal Gear on the MSX all the way up to the Phantom Pain. We're not going to be looking at Metal Gear Survive because due to its canonicity with the series and no involvement from Hideo Kojima whatsoever, we're going to discount that because as a lot of nearly all the Metal Gear fans, at least that I've spoken to, they do not count that as a Metal Gear game whatsoever. It's in the IP, however it's not canon. It's not in the series, it's not in the storyline, no sort of story arc or anything like that. So we're going to discount that. Apologies for the poor lighting at the moment. This is like I said, it's an in-car update. We're in the vehicle at the moment. We're heading home from work, long day, and it's probably the only time I'm going to get a little bit of time on my own tonight to speak to everybody. What else have we got planned for 2019? Well, we've got a long-awaited video that I'm going to be doing on the game collection so far. So what I'm going to be doing is going through everything in terms of what we have currently in the collection, with that being consoles, games, peripherals, everything that I can possibly think of that we have in the collection. It's going to take a while to get everything all together because I'm yet to catalogue everything. However, what I want to do is I want to split the videos up into different consoles, different generations, and go through it like that. Next, events. Quite cool this. I'm going to be attending as many events as I can in terms of like Comic-Cons and gaming conventions and all of that kind of stuff, and bring you guys along for the ride. Now, one thing that we are working on here at RetroRedHead is getting a very special guest to hopefully appear at one of the Manchester cons, be that the Play Expo or MCM or For the Love of Sci-Fi, etc. Now, I'm not at liberty to say who that is currently. However, they are a very influential person in the gaming industry. They have worked on a number of different titles, starting from the late 90s all the way up to modern era. And this person's also involved in film as well, in a certain capacity, with that being acting and also behind the scenes too. And this person is dear to a lot of people's hearts, and they are, well, let's just say they've got a very particular talent, and they are very recognisable. However, it's very early stages yet. I've been in contact with this person's PR team and also a number of different conventions across Manchester throughout the year to try and get them to attend. Now, with these events, they are invite only. Usually these conventions, what they do is they have a particular set of people who they want to contact and who's going to be relevant to that particular event in terms of themes, etc. And then they reach out to them and invite them. Now, I've had a couple of responses off one of the cons so far, saying that they can't promise anything. They don't know if they're going to fit into the the theme of everything. However, when I did initially reach out to this person on Twitter, it was quite an amazing response that I got from them, because I was not expecting at all to get a response in the way that I did. And they basically said, in a nutshell, have you got anything booked for 2019, I asked, and they said no, nothing. The calendar is totally clear. Why don't you get them to invite me to conventions this year in the UK, mainly Manchester, which is, I said, I was from. Floored, shocked, absolutely over the moon. It was 2:30 in the morning and I was like a giddy schoolboy, fanboying out all over the place, because this person has been very influential in terms of, you know, my love of gaming, and also in film as well. You know, they've done some work with film, movies that I do like. So that'll be quite interesting. Fingers crossed, if I can get this person to attend at least one event, we will be having, hopefully, and I can't promise again, at this very early stages, I'd like to have a sit down with this person, to ask them some questions, you know, to get a little bit of backstory on them, see what the projects they've got coming up, you know, all these kind of things. Closer to the time when I can hopefully confirm if this person will be in attendance, I'll then reach out to all of the fans of the page and the channel and the social media, etc., and get some questions for this particular person. But in the meantime, stay tuned for any updates. I will update everybody on the social media as much as I can. Like I said, it's very early stages yet. I don't want to be promising anything and then not delivering, and I don't want to be giving the game away in terms of, you know, who this person is, because, you know, it's unfair to them, it's unfair to you, and, you know, let's just see where it goes. But in terms of coverage of the events that I'm going to be doing, you know, it'll be a full day event. I've applied for press passes for all of the ones so far, you know, so we can get some backstage footage, some interviews hopefully with some attendees and some exhibitors and the owners and the people who run the conventions and stuff. So that'll be really cool. And you know, moving on through the year, new releases, you know, we're giving some overviews on games that I purchased. I won't be doing reviews after having them a day or anything like that. I don't work like that. I've got to sit down with the game, and I've got to get used to it. I've got to play it. I've got to see it in and out. I don't want to be one of these people who gets it and does an unboxing review of something that they've only just got. Not about that. So we want in-depth reviews. I want to do an overview first of all. We'll do a little video after an hour of playing the game, or being with the console, peripheral, whatever, initial thoughts, and then I will then sit down and actually do my due diligence and review that particular product, game, film, whatever you want, in full. So that's kind of a little overview of what we're going to be doing, and, you know, as always, updates whenever I get them on everything, on all the different projects that we're doing. I'm still very in the early stages of making proper YouTube videos. This is the first time that I've actually sat down and gone, right, I want to do this as a project and I want to do this properly. So I'm learning as I go. My equipment is very basic at the moment, but of course hopefully it will grow and my skills will grow in terms of video editing and all of that kind of stuff. Done a little bit before, but nothing as in depth as this. So fingers crossed everything goes okay. Hope you're all having a good evening. Hope you've had a good New Year and Christmas as well. And this will be the update for this week. So hopefully speak to you soon, and hopefully I've got some good news for you in the near future. Take care, everybody. Stay gaming.